So real quick, man, I saw people in my comments saying that police shootings are more important than black on black shootings because when the shooter is black, you have a better chance of receiving justice than when the shooter is a police officer. But there was a study done in 2019 by the the Murder Accountability Project, or MAP, right? And what they found is that since 1976 or 1975, the clearance rate for black homicide victims have been on a decline from 1975 to 2017. It's been on a decline across the nation, and wherever there was a black victim, wherever there was black people killed the most, which is in black communities mostly, wherever there was a black victim of a homicide, the clearance rate was low. Chicago by itself is 22%. And keep in mind, it doesn't matter where the murders are. Rather, it's in a suburban area, urban area, or rural area. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Wherever there's black people and wherever there's black victim or black homicide victims, the clearance rate is low across the fucking board in every nation in this country. So tell me again how black people are getting justice. This is why I post the shit that I post. Because while you sitting up here talking about how it's more important to talk about police shootings than it is to talk about black on black crime, we don't get justice when a shooter is black because our communities don't cooperate with the fucking police. How can they find a person who killed your son or your daughter if you don't even want to fucking work with them? And the crazy part about it is some of these people in our community defend the killer. That's what we don't want to talk about as well. We don't want to talk about how some of y'all sons and daughters go out and kill somebody and you know they in the streets, you know they in the gang, and they come home and eat at your motherfucking table and you don't say nothing. We defend the killers. We defend the drug dealers. We defend the criminals in our community. Look at them protesting for the criminals right now. This is why the clearance rate for homicide victims in our community is so low. You can say you don't trust the police and all that one shit too. Maybe that's true. But I know my community, bro. I'm not stupid. We defend criminals in our community as black people. Let's keep it a buck. So I don't want to hear this bullshit about how when the police officer is the shooter, they don't get justice. Look up how many police misconduct cases there is that have been cleared versus how many homicide victims there is that have been cleared when a homicide victim is black. And about 85-90% of homicide victims, the offender is black. So let's stop playing games. You motherfuckers riot for the same type of people every time a police officer is involved with a shooting. They either a criminal or they resist arrest. If you want to find out the reason for the low-ass clearance rate in the black community, that's the reason right there. We defend criminals in our community, all in the name of identity, race. And you wonder why our fucking neighborhoods is fucked. You wonder why our neighborhoods are fucked. Because when we have the riffraff come in, we don't do nothing about it. We watch them sell dope in front of our house. We watch them have arguments, have shootouts, fights, and all that shit. And then when the police show up, we ain't see nothing. I lived in these type of neighborhoods, so I already know. I already know the black community does not work with the police. We rather defend the criminals in our neighborhood than get them out, all in the sake of being black. I swear to God. I swear to God. So, I don't want to hear that stupid shit no more. I don't want to hear it no more. Don't talk to me about no fucking justice. Y'all niggas don't care about justice. You don't care about justice. Because if you did, you wouldn't say that stupid shit. There's kids out here who got killed by some of these gang members in drive-by shootings by accident or on purpose. Doesn't matter. There's been kids who are victims whose killer still hasn't been caught. The reason why white neighborhoods are better than ours is because they work with the police when there's a homicide in there or when anything is going on in their neighborhoods. This is why black people who got some fucking sense want to get out the hood and move to a neighborhood where they take care of their fucking neighborhood. Go around any black inner city neighborhood. You're going to see a pattern. See, people don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about it's racist and all that one shit? No. It's a fucking pattern for a reason. It's not no motherfucking racism. Our culture is fucked. It don't matter if you live in a damn poor community. That doesn't mean that you have to have trash all over the motherfucking ground. That doesn't mean you have to be a thug. Doesn't mean you have to sell dope. Doesn't mean that your community have to look like shit. It's our culture. We don't give a fuck. We don't even take care of our own shit. And then you get mad at the white people for having a better community than you. Then you get mad at black people who got some motherfucking sense who want to move to these communities because they take care of their shit. Why the fuck would I want to live in the hood when all we gonna do is let motherfuckers sell dope, let motherfuckers shoot and kill each other, fight each other, throw trash all over the place, needles all over the fucking place, dope fiends everywhere looking like the motherfucking Walking Dead. I done been in these communities, bro. I done lived there. I done lived in these communities before. As an adult. Because my mama ain't play that shit when we was kids. She ain't want us growing up in these type of neighborhoods. But as an adult, I've lived in these neighborhoods. So I don't understand where the disconnect is. When it comes to these police shootings, like when we got Adam Toledo. What the fuck was he doing on the street at 2 o'clock in the morning in the first place? With a gun. What was he doing on the street in the first place? Shooting at a fucking car. What was he doing? Where's the parents at? Then you got the Dante Wright. He had a warrant for his arrest, driving around with a motherfucking expired tags on his car. What the fuck did he think was going to happen? Then I heard these motherfuckers gave him a big funeral. Golden casket. Getting painted, painting his motherfucking picture while the goddamn funeral was going on. Y'all gonna do that for Jaslyn Adams? She was just chilling. And then when you look at where the bullets entered the car, they targeted her. They targeted her side of the car specifically. Y'all gonna throw a funeral for her too? Oh, my bad. It don't matter because her killer got caught. Right? That don't matter. Right? Then you got old girl, what the fuck is her name? Ma'Khia Bryant. Police officer hop out the car. First of all, nobody addresses when he hops out the car that the girl's getting pushed over by Ma'Khia Bryant. Then there's a grown-ass man there who tries to kick the girl that she pushed over in the fucking head. Nobody addresses that part. Nobody is addressing the fact that there were two adults there who did nothing to stop the bullshit from getting out of hand. And then on top of that, they're doing all of this in front of the police officers. Nobody is addressing that. Nobody's saying, hey man, you making our race look bad, bro. Nobody's saying that. Instead, you're defending the bullshit. Nobody's talking about that. The Ma'Khia Bryant picks up a knife in front of the police officer and grabs the girl who, by the way, wasn't doing a motherfucking thing when the police pulled up. She was nowhere near Ma'Khia Bryant when the goddamn police pulled up. She was trying to talk to the police officer. She pushes the girl on the ground. She picks up the knife and she grabs the girl right in front of the police officer and puts her on the car and then attempts to put the knife into the girl wherever she was going to put it. And you motherfuckers is mad because she got shot. Really? Because she's 16. Because what the fuck does her being 16 got to do with anything? You know, it's 16-year-olds out here that's committing murder on grown-ass men. There was a 13-year-old who stabbed another 13-year-old not too long ago. Right after the incident with Ma'Khia Bryant. So come on. Stop playing games. We're not going to sit up here and pretend like these kids ain't out here committing murders and carrying guns. Look at Adam Toledo. What the fuck does he have a gun for? Lil Homicide. Why was his name Lil Homicide? We don't talk about this shit, right? Let's get back to this clearance rate in the black community. Terrible fucking clearance rate. Been on a decline since 1975. And as of 2019, the clearance rate in Chicago is 22%. So I can only imagine what the fucking clearance rate is everywhere else if the decline has been happening exclusively in African American communities since 1975. So when these kids are getting shot and killed by stray bullets or on purpose, I can imagine how many of their murders are unsolved. But you want to talk about some motherfucking police shootings. All y'all talk about is police shootings. Oh, that's all y'all talk about. It's impossible for one of these police officers to not be held accountable now because they have police body cams now. The eyes are on the police officers right now. But where are the eyes on these gangbangers that's in our communities committing these crimes on these innocent children or on black people in general? Bringing down the property value in our communities. And you wonder why we don't got jobs in our communities. Who the fuck will want to bring a business to the black community? Man, I don't want to talk about this no more, man. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on IG, ectvision. I'm done with this, yo. Y'all have a good one.